Hi, everybody. Proverbs 4, verse 7. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom. And in all thy getting, get understanding. And with that, I'm saying, welcome to Got You, a space to learn, unlearn, grow in understanding and in love as far as relationships are concerned. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you. It's Friday. Remember, we are releasing episode every Friday, 1 p.m. South African time, and you can get us in various social platforms. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for engaging, for following, for sharing, liking, and commenting. I really appreciate it. And thank you. I love you so much. Oh my goodness. You guys are the best. Thank you. Anywho, today I want us to talk about effective communication. You know how people like to say communication is the key to... What is the communication key to, actually? What door is there? I'm kidding. Communication is key. Yes, this is what they say. Communication is key. Well, let's talk about effective communication. You can talk, you can communicate to somebody, but that can still not be effective. For example, with anybody, your friends, whoever, they can do something you don't like, and you can say to them, I don't like it when you do that. Okay, cool. They apologize, and then we move on. They move on. And then they do that again. Unintentionally, obviously, right? Because it has not registered in their head. You just said you don't like that. They don't have understanding of where you're coming from. Why are you saying what you're saying? So even when they are doing things, they are not as considerate as they should, because they don't know the reason behind why you don't like a certain thing. So it's not effective. Yes, you communicated, but it's not effective. Effective communication requires you to be transparent, to be open, and to be vulnerable. For example, someone might not like it when people are shouting at them or screaming at them. Why? Because they grew up in an environment where their parents were beating the other parent, right? Their dad, maybe they were beating their mom, or their mom were beating their dad. And there was so much screaming. And because of the screaming, the trauma, so they got traumatized. So every time they speak to somebody and they scream, those people scream at them, it takes them back to when all that was happening. So they're traumatized by what happened in their home. So when they sincerely say to you, I don't like it when you scream, obviously when they say that, it's not going to be as effective as it should be or as they desire, because you're just saying to somebody, I don't like it when you scream. But if you are open enough to say, well, I don't like it when you scream at me because my dad used to beat my mom and my mom used to scream her lungs out. So every time I hear somebody scream at me, it takes me back to those moments. See how their trauma affects their personality, or how trauma configured with their cognition and their processing and all that. So when they say that openly like that, and when they become transparent and vulnerable like that, you kind of have a picture of where they are coming from, and you get to connect with them better and do better. Unlike if they just say, don't scream at me, and then they try to be defensive, right? Because of the trauma that is in their minds, they become defensive, and they're just also just screaming as well. When you're screaming at them, they're also screaming and telling you, no, that's disrespectful. Whereas they could have said, I don't like you when you scream at me because this is what happened to me. And because of that, it makes me feel like this. Because of that, this is how it configured my personality. So please don't do it. So next time, anybody won't do it, because we understand where they are coming from. Not anybody, obviously, but people you care for, people you are in relations with, they won't do that because now they have a proper understanding and they connect with you better now. So when you speak, try to be as open as possible, as transparent as possible, to keep the connection and also to keep the relationship, and also to give you a desired result. So people don't just come to you screaming at you, shouting at you. So that was just a typical example. But honestly, there are ample of examples, So when you say you don't appreciate something, say why you don't appreciate it, so people around you can have a better understanding of you and they can connect with you better. Because some people, honestly, in their houses, they scream the whole time. Somebody can talk with somebody from their bedroom and the other person is in the kitchen, and it's normal. But with you, it's a different thing. You want close proximity, okay? You want to speak to somebody just here. Let's talk nicely, So if you are saying you don't like screaming and you don't explain your reasoning with the other person, remember, it's a normality to them. So you saying you don't like it doesn't really help, because when they are doing it, they also don't know they are doing it, because it kind of became part of their personality, who they are, how they express themselves. So it's very important. So that's how effective communication works. You don't just communicate because it's a key, but you become open, you become vulnerable. We need to know where you are. We need to know your headspace. We need to know your heart. And this is so dangerous. By the way, relationships are just dangerous in nature. They're really dangerous. They're not something you just fall into, just do whatever. They're really dangerous because your heart is at stake all the time. The minute your heart is closed, guess what? The relationship is done. Choose wisely. Choose your people wisely. I know other people, you don't choose them. They chose you. I don't know how. But they haven't. But please, okay? Another example is with the tones, right? How you sound when you say something, okay? This is one of the issues in relationships. So watch your tone, okay? And you might not even know how your tone sounds until somebody tells you that when you said this, your tone was offish. And even when your tone is off, the recipient of that tone should explain also, why do they feel like the tone is aggravating them? Or why do they feel irritated by the tone? Why do they feel belittled by the tone? Because people like to project things on people. You see how these narcissists and all these things, this toxic behaviors starts. Because you expect people to do things for you, but on your side, you are not. You are also expected to do things. As they are doing things, you are expected to do things. But in this case, you expect people to do things for you, but you are not doing anything. So be careful of your tone. You can say to somebody something that is really valid. As somebody, like literally, you can say something that is really valid, and they don't receive it well because of your tone. And they tell you, oh my goodness, I don't like your tone. I don't like how you sound. Okay, why don't you like how I sound? You speak. You tell them, I don't like how you sound because it feels like you are belittling me, like I'm below you. You know how you said it, it's like I'm nothing, or you are superior to me. However you're feeling, right? So when you say it, and also you need to teach them also how to talk to, you know how people think they know how to talk with people? Yes, they might know how to talk with other people, but they don't know how to talk with you. Okay, so you also need to teach them how to speak with you. You tell them, rather next time, say it like this. I will receive it better. Unlike when you're just talking like that with that tone, which makes me feel belittled. And when I feel belittled or however, I shut down. I don't hear what you're saying. So it's not effective. It's not working. We're not doing anything. It's just a to and fro thing. We are not going anywhere. We are just going in circles. So try next time to say this in this way so I can receive it. And these are the things that we are not taught, by the way. You're thinking just because a person can understand, can think, can speak, automatically they know how to speak with you. And it's not the case. It's really not the case. There's a say that say you teach people how to treat you, right? Yes. It's the same thing. You teach people, your people, right? Not just everybody, by the way. Your people. No, your tone is off. It makes me look like, feel like. So next time when they are talking about whatever valid matters they might be discussing with you, they are careful of their tone because they care about you, obviously. So whatever that they're saying now, they are very conscious of what they're saying to you and their tone. So that's how it works. You want to be effective. You want to achieve your goal as to whatever you want the results to be. Teach people how to talk to you and also know how to talk to people. Be teachable as well. When people teach you, no, I don't like this. This is you also adhere to what they're saying. Okay, you hearken to what they're saying. This is how it goes. It's a two-way street. Takes two to tango, right? Exactly. And this is not to say that you'll get it right all the time. You'll always be conscious of what you're saying. You'll always know how to watch your tone. But these are the baby steps that one can take to actually improve their relationships. And yeah, man, to just have proper relationship with people, treat each other well, build together, whatever it is. But yeah, it might work, hey? So this is just not to say we are building perfect people out here, but this is to say that it's the little things that matters. It's the little consideration, the little thought, it's the thought that counts, right? So yeah, and another last thing is that we are all trying to learn to be better, to do better, to become something, to do something, to, we are not out here just living because we are breathing. We find ourselves on earth, but we are trying to leave something behind, right? That as we go to our Father, the things that we leave behind are things that are durable and firm foundations, that the ones that are coming after us will be able to continue to build on them, and not leave cracky foundations. And they have to start again when we had an opportunity to actually start for them, and then they continue what we did, what we built. And sincerely, we are where we are in somewhat because of the ones that left us behind. We are the behinds of other people. So we know how it feels. We are feeling the consequences now. We are living them. We are, oh my goodness, it's a lot, right? Because of people did not do what they needed to do, or people did what they needed to do, however way they did it. In the simplest way, we are harvesters. We are harvesting what they sow. So let's make sure also that the ones that we're leaving behind are harvesting better than we are right now. And this is just a generational thing where we are thinking not just for us, not just for these times when we are alive, but also for the times that are coming. Because remember, these things are taught. Whatever that is taught to you and becomes part of you, guess what? It gets as deep as to the other generation. So we are taking that opportunity right now to do the right things or the wrong things. Never know. But we are taking this opportunity to make sure that the ones that we are going to leave behind are harvesting better than we did, are going to have a better life than we did. And I guess that's one of the things that we are here on earth. We're not just here to live for us, to just be helter-skelter. The things that are most influential today are the things that are not here anymore, or are influenced by people that are not here anymore, more than the people that are actually here. So think about it. Anyway, this is the end of our conversation today. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you're blessed as well, and you have a different perspective of things, and you have enlightenment if you did not or you just enjoyed just listening to my beautiful voice. No, I'm kidding. You just enjoyed the episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to engage. Please comment on the comment section. Let us know the impact this conversation specifically had an impact on you, and what you learned, or what you want us to do better, or what anything. Just engage. The more you engage, the merrier. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget, we are dropping or releasing episodes every Friday, 1 p.m. South African time, on various social platforms, on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple Podcast, on Pocket Cast, and other social platforms. We are there. Where there is a podcast, we are probably there. So thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget to engage, to share with your world, and subscribe and follow. We would really like and appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking your time to tune in and just to listen to us, to learn from us. Thank you so much. From myself, I hope you're blessed, and the Got You team, we are saying God bless you and goodbye.